So you've cut your tree down. You're going to use all the big stuff for lumber. You're going to use it for firewood. But what about all the branches? What about all the foliage? In days of old, they would have no doubt just used it all, and they would just put it all in a big pile and set fire to it. This day and age, if you just start setting fire to giant piles of wood, I can guarantee you're going to be upsetting somebody. Dogs have got zoomies. Try film, got zoomies. Right, where was I? So yeah, back in the day, they would have just burned it all. I don't recommend people doing that. You're going to be upsetting people if you start burning giant piles of wood. You could just hire in or buy a wood chipper. That's the best option, really. It makes great mulch. Wood chips, you can use it on your pathways, around veg plots, everything. It's great. However, it's expensive, and as the name of the channel suggests, we don't have money to burn. If I had unlimited amounts of money, you know, maybe I'd go to Turkey and get a new thicker hairline or something. But there is a third option, and that is a dead hedge. I showed it briefly in a previous video where I was making it. It's finished now. It's been finished a while, but I need to start catching up with these videos. So there's a dead hedge. I'll take you over now and explain to you what a dead hedge is and the benefits of it, because there are a lot of benefits to it, and I absolutely love them. So let's go over now and have a look. Right, when you're finished, I'm trying to do a video. Right. This area is going to be our veg plot. So we needed a boundary. So there's one of the first benefits of a dead hedge. It creates a boundary, and it's free. A free fence, which is great for me. Second benefit, it gets rid of all that brush. This whole area was just covered. I've still got a little bit more to clear up, but it's all gone on that dead edge. No giant fires, no expensive wood chippers in. It's all gone in there, and it's unbelievable how much it actually takes, because you keep compressing it down as you go along. Second benefit, is what a great space that is for wildlife. Nesting birds are absolutely going to love this, and I can guarantee come spring there'll be birds nesting in there, and it'll be a nice safe place for them to nest. Another benefit, we can plant climbers along it for food, let the brambles grow through it so we get blackberries. But also, what about this? I've kept some of the bigger stuff to compress it all down, but also I'll impregnate these with fungal spores, and if I'm lucky, I'll get fungi growing on it. So it creates a boundary, it uses up all the old brush, it stops you having big fires, it's a great habitat for wildlife, and it could help feed us. Now, I'm not saying a dead hedge is the solution for everybody, but maybe it's one for you to consider. If you want to give something back, create a habitat for wildlife, it's one option. To make it, any stakes that you've got that are long enough and thin enough, straight enough, you bang in the ground. You use any really long hazel or any sticks that are straight enough and long enough. You weave them in and out to keep it all in. Put stakes on either side, weave a little bit in, and then just keep piling it all in. It's time consuming, but it's worth doing in my opinion. The area at the end of the veg plot, adjacent to our road, I didn't want to put a dead hedge down here, so I used the same technique to create this little wattle fence. I've got to improve the steps. They were fine until this winter, all the mud came. Now, I know this part isn't going to last forever. It's very temporary, but it gives us some breathing space to decide what we're going to put down here. If I wanted these to last longer, I would split all the wood or debark it. If you split that wood, it will last 2 or 3 times longer. And debarking it would also help them last longer. But it's just temporary, like I said. Don't get excited in the comments telling me it's only going to last 2 minutes. It's just a temporary fix to keep the goats out while we get the veg plot growing, and while I get all the stock fencing put down around the other end where we're going to keep the goats eventually. I'm going to put a little fence, I'm going to put a little gate across here. I'll just make a gate, again using sticks that have come from here, and I'll make a nice little gate across there, and then that will be our veg plot area. I know those of you that have been watching the channel from the beginning will be interested to know how these guys are doing. As you can see, they're doing great. The little buck has already got some little horns coming through, if you can see. They're already driving me insane with the mischief that they get up to. I'm trying to keep Peggy away because she's a bad influence on them, and she gets into enough trouble herself. At some point I'm going to have to do a video just of these and, well, the goats in general, just causing havoc, causing mayhem. If you've got a stress-free life, get some goats. Now, I know some of you have asked about social media. I certainly don't have time to be running really active at Facebook or Instagram accounts. Don't even know what TikTok is, never even been on that. But my partner Becky has an Instagram account, and if you're interested in that and seeing more day-to-day stuff, the link for that is in the description below. Bye for now.